Can we measure twice and cut once, Kyle? Once. That's my problem with the Steve Wilks thing. What you didn't do from the beginning. Cut once. 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 My parents have been married almost 52 years. And every time someone asks my father why they've been able to be married so long, he says the same exact thing. If you choose right from the beginning, you'll have a lot less problems in that marriage later. And the same holds true of Kyle Shannahan. I've got to say this because I've been defending him left and right for his decision about Steve Wilks, but I got to give credit where credit's due, or take credit away where it's not owed. And I've got to take some from Kyle Shannahan because this whole Steve Wilks thing, here's my problem. I don't have a problem with where he actually fired Steve Wilks. My problem starts way before that. Way before that. He could have had a number of different defensive coordinators, but he chose Steve Wilks. Here's the problem. Steve Wilks is not what he wanted. Kyle Shannahan has always run coverage in a sense of a zone coverage, cover twos, cover threes, cover fours, wide nines. He's never run man to man. He's always wanted the coordinator to run that coverage with a zone behind it for protection, some sort of shell. I think the 49ers blitz probably 15% of the time, 15 to 20% of the time before this previous season. Steve Wilks blitzed almost 60% before coming to the 49ers. He was very aggressive in how he played defense, and that's not what Kyle did. So here's my question, Kyle. Why in the world would you spend a whole year or choose to spend a whole year with a coordinator who doesn't fit anything about what you do and hope to change him? Look at when you had to call timeouts because he was running plays that you didn't want to run. Look at when you had to do that in the Super Bowl, call a timeout. He's running plays you didn't want to run. You were forcing him down to the field when he wanted to stay up in the box. Why push that? Have you ever seen somebody take a job or an employer hire somebody that they had to push into doing the job, force somebody into doing a job they didn't want to do? That's what happened essentially with Steve Wilks. Kyle didn't choose right from the beginning. There was no way that relationship was going to work. If you decide that you want to marry a girl who has short, curly hair and speaks 5 different languages, then you choose to marry someone who has straight hair, who can barely put together 2 words in one language. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. You have to choose right from the beginning, and Kyle Shannahan did not.
He chose poorly.
And that's where all of this came from. So when we sit here and we want to give the accolades to Kyle Shanahan, he's earned them, but at the same time, he deserves some of the problems that come with hiring the wrong person when he knew he was the wrong person. Why waste a whole year with the person that did not fit your scheme? If you want Chick-fil-A and you decide to settle for a McChicken sandwich from McDonald's, you're going to be upset. It's not going to be what you were thinking. It's not going to be what you wanted. You're going to be upset. So don't be shocked that it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. Choose right from the beginning and you won't have the problems down the line. This is age-old advice. I've heard it for years. It's a question that was asked to my parents, and it holds true through any relationship or any situation. You don't try and change a situation or change a person into what you want. You go out and get what you want from the beginning. And Kyle Shanahan needs to learn that. If he's going to close the deal, he's got to learn to adjust, make better choices, get his ego out of the way, and do what he knows to be right or what others know to be right. He's got to be willing to take advice from other people. And that's a whole nother segment that we'll need to talk about. But keep that in mind moving forward. Whoever Kyle Shanahan goes with for his defensive coordinator position next better fit his scheme. Otherwise, we're going to be right here again next year. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. Let's continue the conversation.